Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of I
Wonder.
Wednesdays. Today we're talking about math and your eyeball. What can you tell us about math?
I only count to 2. That's the joke. Okay. I am an eye doctor. I do count to 2 a lot. But all of the things that we do every single day, we use math in. And that math can be as simple as somebody that has myopia or is nearsighted.
In myopia, your eyeball is too long and the light is going to focus inside the eye before it gets to the retina, so it's blurry. And so we need to use minus power in the glasses to get that light to focus exactly on the retina.
A minus lens is thick on the edges, thin in the center. When light hits that, instead of focusing at a normal point, what's going to happen is that light's going to diverge and go a little bit farther before it actually meets. In hyperopia, which is nearsightedness, and this is an oversimplification, there are other reasons to be nearsighted or farsighted.
Absolutely.
But in hyperopia, typically the eyeball is shorter than normal. So that light is focusing behind the retina. Now we have an ability to focus our eyes and move that light up to the retinal surface. That works. You can see well with that. So farsighted people typically do very well at the distance. Where they struggle is they're already doing some level of work at the distance. When I move something up close, now they're doing a much higher level of work than somebody that doesn't have hyperopia. So a lot of times these are the kids that will pass their school screenings with flying colors. They'll easily be able to read the test at the distance. They'll come up close and they will go slower, but they'll be able to read the letters up close as well.
Right.
Just knowing that they're going slower than their peers kind of is a clue, because they're having to work harder to get each one of those letters individually clear. These patients don't necessarily like to read as long, so it really affects their ability to learn. If we can make that easier for them, then they'll do better in school. And the other math that we do every day, every one of your prescriptions, nearsighted or farsighted, is a number. It's called a diopter. And that diopter is a value that tells us how much it changes the size of an object at 1 meter. So when we're talking about distance, we usually use 6 meters for our distance. Look at all these numbers.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say about what is like 20/20, 20/40. What does that mean? Basically, 20/20 means that you can see from 20 feet away things that most people can see from 20 feet away. 20/60. Is that better or worse? That's worse, because 20/60 means that you have to move up to 20 feet to see what most people can see from 60 feet away. How about 20/15? Is that bad?
20/15 is great. It means that what a normal person would have to get to 15 feet away from that letter to be able to read, you can read it at 20. 20/10 is even better. It's half the size of a 20/20 letter, which means a normal person has to walk towards the chart and get 10 feet away before they can read it. So if you're one of those few people that can get to 20/15 or 20/10, you have pretty amazing vision.
I was going to say the most that the human eye is capable of seeing is 20/8. So I think it's awesome when I get a patient that can see 20/10. I'm like, this is super cool.
Yeah, it's about 1 in 1,000
Yeah.
that can get to 20/10. It's about 10% of the population that can get better than 20/20 to that 20/15 level. So look at all the math that we do every single day. Kids, learn your math. It's important. And they'll teach you all of the harder math, the physics and those kind of things one of these days.
You know what else is important is liking and subscribing.
I Wonder Wednesday, Instagram, YouTube. YouTube's our fun one. It's got a bunch of short reels. It's got a bunch of quick little hits. Stop in and say hi.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.